I just want to take a moment and show y'all exactly why cover crops are so important to it. And looking right here, not much cover crop, but you can see how that soil is washing away. And what that erosion is right there, that's money that's just being washed away. That. Well, my weeks of having weekends off looks like it's over. We're out here on this Saturday just trying to get some more burn down strips done. We got storm system coming in tomorrow. Don't know how long it'll keep us out, but like I said, here in March we got to put in every dry day we can because we got a lot of field work to do before we can pull that planter out. So anyway, we got done up in Madison County with all our cotton and corn ground we're going to do. We're back here in Crockett County working on some corn ground, and we got a 3-acre field right here that's part of a larger farm. So we got this other big bottom over here, and you can tell over there there's not very much green at all, whereas this field got a pretty dang good stand of aerial seeded cover crop. But why did this get a good stand and that over there not get a good stand? I've got actual footage of the crop duster seeding this field. He will go down on that side of the field, go down that way, and then turn around and come back out on this side. There was seed coming out both times. Why is that side over there got almost nothing? This side's got a good stand, and the only thing separating is the ditch. I don't get it. That's just one of the things about aerial seeding. Even when you do everything right, I mean, sometimes it's not successful. That's why I much prefer drilling. You're almost guaranteed success then, or at least something come up. Whereas on that field over there, it's pretty much a waste of my money having that planted. Anyway, that sun's not too far from getting low in the sky. I've got, I don't know, maybe about another 45 minutes to an hour left before we need to shut down for the week. And then Monday, I imagine it's probably going to be too wet for us to be back out here doing it. That's fine, because we got something else going on Monday. Now those steers, yeah, we get to load them up and carry them off to slaughter. Now, I sure hope that goes well, but we'll find out Monday morning. I'll be sure to bring you along. All right, before I let y'all go today, I just want to take a moment and show y'all exactly why cover crops are so important to us. I know a lot of viewers here, might not practice them, might not believe them and everything, and every part of the country is going to be a little bit different. But right here in West Tennessee, our soils are they almost turn to sugar whenever rain hits them. It's almost like they dissolve and just disappear. And right here is a prime example. All right, here we are on a low-lying area here on the Williams farm. You can see there's just not very much out there. Again, this was aerial seeded. And then looking right here, not much cover crop, but you can see how that soil is washing away. See all this right here, loose soil, that was transported from right up here, and that's what erosion does. And this is just one winter's worth of erosion, and it happened because we didn't have a stand of cover crop right here. And this right here isn't necessarily in a really highly erodible area. You get over here on some of these taller hills, you can tell it's a lot greener over there, but erosion could be so much more severe over there. Let's walk over here into the lowest lying area. All the water off the hillside flows right here, and then it flows over to a pipe right over there. Now this winter we had 2 major rain events. I think one event we got like 4 inches, and another event we got like 6 inches. So you can imagine, you got a whole lot of water. Now look right here. Last year's crop was wheat and then double crop beans, and as you can tell, there's no residue on the soil at all. And look at all that loose powder that was eroded from farther up the hill. Where'd all our residue go? It went down here, congregated right around the pipe. Now, if we got a successful cover crop growing on this area, you know, there's a good chance that it would have kept all this soil and all this residue in place. And what that erosion is right there, you know, that's money that's just being washed away. You know, that's productive topsoil, that's nutrients, that's organic matter and everything, and all of it is gone. You know, not only did it strip the residue off the field, but, you know, it started stripping the very top layer of soil, which is where a majority of our nutrients and organic matter is. And, you know, it's washing it down the drain, gonna make this spot less productive. So all this right here is just damage 1 year in basically a no-till environment. We're not even talking about conventional till. This is pretty much a no-till environment right here without cover crops. So that guy right there, that's why we plant the cover crops. That's why we go to the trouble of managing them and everything. You know, there's a lot of benefits that we see that come from these cover crops, but by far the primary advantage is erosion control. Keeping our topsoil, keeping our nutrients that we spent money on, keeping it all in place in the field to where it can be utilized instead of polluting the environment by washing down into the nearest creek. Well, I thought this was gonna be easy. Me and Grandpa got the steers locked in the barn last night. Apparently they broke out. Y'all just ain't gonna make things easy today, are you? Well, apparently what happened is this door was wired shut, and I don't know how, but they come right through there. I mean, I can't even walk through there. How is a 1,200-pound steer gonna get through there and come in here and nudge the door open and freaking got out? Well, it looks like this is going to be interesting. Beef, it's what's going to be for dinner. That's right. Yeah, they had to just nose in there and just push the gate panels up like that.
They didn't even scratch that other side.
All right, what we're going to try to do, we got our gate open back up. These guys are craving green grass. This is how we got in the barn yesterday. I'm going to try and grab a bunch, put it back here in the feeding trough and just kind of hand feed them and lead them in here. Please, I hope it works the second time, although I have my doubts that they're going to fall for it twice. Maybe it's going to be a little easier than I thought. They seem mighty interested. They want that green. Leaving breadcrumbs. All right, we got one more going in, but we got one distrustful one over there. Come on, you know you don't like being out here all by yourself. All right, looks like he stopped paying attention to me and is nosing at the scraps. Come on, go on in. There you go. Come on. Come on, go about another 15 feet. Yeah. All in here. All right, Andy, let's get that trailer back up and get them loaded on before they practice their escape art again. All right, Andy, I'm ready for them.
Surprise, old guys. There they go. You can only go one way. One at a time. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I tell you what, come up here and stand in the gap on this side. Come on.
Yeah, Mimi, look.
Perfect.
Success another year.
That was easy.
Well, it was easy once we got him in the barn.
The shoot was easy.
Hey, next year we're gonna have this one ready to go.
I hope so, because we could have used her this morning.
I know, look. Get him, girl, get him. Round him up.
Well, not much to report today. Not much has changed. Just trying to get close to getting all my burn down strips done. But across the road, we got a little action going on. You can see Kelly over there in the water truck. Her and Andy are out spraying wheat today, getting down her last shot of fertilizer. And until that field, you can see some light green, you can see some dark green. It's definitely gotten to the point that it's needing some. I sure wish we could have put it out last week, but you know our sprayer was down with the pump issues. I think we finally got it all worked out, but there's something wrong with the radio. I think they've got other problems with the sprayer. Not sure if the AC is working right. Kelly won't know where the hydraulic oil is, so that implies there's a hydraulic leak. We'll get it straightened out though. It doesn't surprise me about the AC. I mean, Tennessee Tractor did have to remove the cab, and they were working on it when it was like sub-zero. So I know they put everything back, but getting the AC charged back to the proper spec is practically impossible when it's cold like that outside. So that's not surprising. But I think they're getting it taken care of themselves. They haven't called me needing my assistance, which is fine with me. It's always good to have people that can do things on their own and problem solve and troubleshoot and everything else. Well, I spoke way too early. Kelly just called me, says there's a big problem with the sprayer here. Sometimes I just wonder if we've been better off if we just hadn't done any work to it this winter.
I don't know what it is. It looks like
bad.
The belt is fine, but it's this. You're gonna have to see it from this side. It's the top. I don't know if that's the AC compressor right here, or if it's that pulley. But there's melted belt on the pulley, but the belt looks fine. But it was smoking like crazy.
That's the AC compressor. Looks like the clutch is gone.
Just gone.
Or the compressor locked up or something.
The AC is working.
Alright, I'm gonna have him started up here. Don't turn the AC on. Oh! Yeah, the clutch on the AC is completely shot.
It's still attached though, isn't it?
It's still attached. You can run it. You just want to turn the AC off.
Alright. It's gonna get hot.
It could get a little spicy today, but
Good thing we got a breeze.
at least not summer. I think what happened is the compressor locked up
And then
and it fried the clutch.
Yeah, caught the clutch or something. Why would it lock it up?
Compressor gone out, or I mean the clutch might have gotten weak and spun. I mean I don't really know. Either way, it's AC compressor, but I think it doesn't sound like the bearing's down on the pulley. So if you turn the AC off, the pulley will still turn, but it's not trying to turn the compressor. But because that's hooked to the air compressor too, that you need for your suspension and everything else.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so turn your AC off, run it. The worst thing that can possibly happen is that it'll fry the belt on there. I mean, that's the worst thing it'll do. It ain't gonna be fun. Just try and get the rest of this nitrogen put out. And I mean, if it gets absolutely too hot in the cabs, you can't stand it, we can always do it. We can always do it at night.
With a box fan or something too.
Yeah, just do the best you can. We'll fix it when we get a chance. Tell you what, 4 years of almost perfect service, and then all of a sudden this year we can't even get started good with it. Just everything going wrong with it. We got some other developments going on over here today too. The lime guys are finally getting to me and bringing my lime out to spread here on the fields. I wrote my prescriptions and sent them about 2 months ago, but the weather's either being too wet or too windy for them to spread. So hopefully they finally get in a window here and they can get the lime put out on my field, so we'll be ready to plant here in a few weeks. And maybe if that big pile of litter still sitting there when the lime trucks get here, maybe I can talk them into spreading my litter for me too, because it seems like we're behind.
Yeah, we're backing on our sprayer here, and we're just putting the nitrogen on it one more time. Me and Kelly's in the water truck, I'm in the sprayer. Matt's actually right across the field from me right now, finishing up on the burn down strips, getting ready to plant. We had some issues with the AC this morning, or right now. It wasn't blowing a single lick of cold, not even really trying, pretty much blowing heat. And I figured since they took the cab off and just did all that overhaul on it at Tennessee Tractor, I figured they may have just forgot to put any can in there, or like Matt was saying, it wasn't the right temperature or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but yeah, I got in this morning and it wasn't blowing a drop of cold air at all. So I went and grabbed 2 cans of Freon and put it in there, and it's blowing fine, blowing nice and cold. I'm not saying it was my fault, and I'm definitely not saying it wasn't my fault. But those 2 cans of Freon had something to do with the AC compressor, it locking up. So I'm running without AC right now, and I'm sure glad we got tinted windows on here, but Lord, it still gets hot in a fishbowl, even a dark fishbowl. So we're gonna see how much we can push through today. At least get the nitrogen sprayed. Whew, it's hot in here. Oh man, I can't catch a break today. But I came around the corner and this code popped up, undefined diagnostic trouble code. And I don't know exactly what that code means, but I know it won't let me turn my pump on. It lets me turn it on for not even a 1/10 of a second, and then it cuts it right back off. So that definitely means it's something with the pump. I just sat and tried to restart the sprayer. I'm gonna try it one more time. Whew, it's hot, but we can't catch a break spraying today. I've sprayed a total of 85 acres, and we've had 3 problems. It doesn't look promising because there's a little blue eye right above. Alright, so this is a little bit better of a video of what's going on. I did my in-row here and spraying just as can be, and I'm coming to start my new row here, and I go to, and a undefined diagnostic trouble pops up. You can see my little blue eye up there. It's gone. I just cleared it off the screen. You see my green or my orange dot here should stay on when the pump is on. It kicks on for like not even a 1/10 of a second and turns it back off, and it's just showing more diagnostics. So I can't turn the solution pump on that we just took off and put back on like 5 times. I don't know. I don't know. Just give up.
Tennessee Tractor, it's Josh.
Hey Josh, this is Andy at Griggs again. I've got another solution pump question, or problem question for you. It just pops up an undefined diagnostic code, and I've got that code, but
What's that code?
it's 522607.02.
Alright, so that diagnostic code is something going on with your multifunction layer lever. So your button on your hydro handle,
Yeah.
You got something going on there. I don't know, you got one stuck, if it's something's been spilt on them, or one's loose, something like that.
That is not the news I wanted. So, what he was saying was it's not necessarily a pump problem or a wiring problem. It's a hydro handle problem, which doesn't really make much sense to me. I mean, that's the master spray. That's what tells it to kick on and off. So I mean, they definitely correlate, but the pump button is the one that's not letting me turn it on. Y'all heard the phone call. He said it's one of those two buttons. So I'm gonna reboot the sprayer and just see if I can finick with a button and see if I can't get the code to pop up. See if I can't pinpoint the code. It popped up immediately. And they said all their techs are out on calls right now, so they can't send anybody out. I've got 800 gallons of nitrogen and about 12 miles away from their shop, so I guess we're just going to see how interesting this day can get. It popped up, immediately, so see if it can reboot itself real quick. Yeah, I can't even get the pump to kick on. Let's see if we can, to see, I guess, if it's the main, that button or not. I can see if it kicks on with this button. No. I feel like the sprayer right now. What the heck? Literally what it's doing.
All right, more bad news on the sprayer. At this point, I just want to back it up to the closest ditch, throw it off in the ditch, and light it on fire. And he sprayed like another 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden got electronic problems. It won't let him turn the pump on or spray or do anything. So it's popping up an undefined diagnostic trouble code. That's real helpful. Anyway, it does give a number. Called the service manager, Tennessee Tractor. And he says that's coming up as the spray button on the master spray button on the hydro handle. How that's affecting the pump even coming on, I don't know. But anyway, of course, it's springtime. There's no techs available right now. It's beyond my capabilities. Might get somebody this afternoon, or might be in the morning. But anyway, we can't spray, so he's carrying the sprayer back to the shop. They do have a new AC compressor in Jackson, so he's going to pull the AC compressor off, put a new one on, and hopefully a tech shows up at some point this afternoon. Fortunately, we don't have a storm system like bearing down on us, so we've got a few days to get our wheat sprayed, but still, we got other things we need to be doing too. So being broke down with a sprayer that I spent a lot of money on this winter and should have been in excellent shape and ready to go has given us nothing but fits so far. This is the third spraying operation we've done this year, all on wheat, and we haven't been able to do a single spraying operation without having at least one, if not two, problems pop up on that sprayer. It's so frustrating. And no, don't tell me in the comments to trade for another one, sell this one, or get a different color. All colors break down. All colors give issues. And no, I'm not about to trade this one off. The thing's only now, it's going on its 7th year. It is almost paid off. I'm not about to go down the rabbit hole of sinking another $150,000, $200,000 onto a sprayer, which is about what it would take to upgrade. We'll get her fixed. It's just really, really, really frustrating in the meantime. But hey, at least my low-tech sprayer is still going strong. Not a single problem with it.
Alright, make this make sense. So I rebooted it 4 times. I turned the battery off, let it sit for 5-10 minutes, whatever it was. Go to turn the flashers on, like the flashers to go back to the shop and wait on the tech guy to come out, have a service call. but I noticed there's not a blue eye on the screen there, so I'm gonna try it again. And I turned my pump on, and it's on. It's staying on. What? If it just happened to fix itself, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what was broke, so I don't know how it could fix itself, but I'm not complaining if it did. Oh my goodness. We're spraying. I don't know. We're getting on the road to go back to the shop to wait on the service tech, and now it works. I guess it just started shaking in its boots or something. I couldn't tell you. We did nothing to fix it, so if you ever have that code pop up, just hold your tongue the right way is the best I could tell you. Anyway, I'm not surprised, man.
I said I was actually texting Kelly to tell her we're about to head to the shop and wait on the service guy and all that, take the compressor off. And I went to turn the sprayer back on and turn the flashers on to get onto the road. And I looked down and I didn't see any blue eye on our gauge cluster there, so I just decided to unfold, and it let me keep the pump on. I clicked the pump button and let me keep it on there. So as of right now, I'm unfolded and spraying on Ferguson. I don't know what the problem was or why it fixed itself, but I'm not complaining.
Go figure. Typical electrical problems. I don't know. Well, I mean, if it's working, a tech's not going to be able to diagnose it and find out what the problem is. Just if it happens again, just try turning the flashers on again. I don't know. Maybe it's tied into that somehow, but as long as it's working, just keep on spraying.
That's what I say. So, just thought I should share the news. That's the only good news so far.
I hate electrical problems. It is very, very rarely are electrical problems just cut and dried. Very rarely or is it working or completely broke. If you're having issues, a lot of times it's intermittent. He's been messing around for an hour, turning the sprayer on and off, disconnecting the battery, everything else, just trying to reset it, see it work. Nothing worked. He gets on the road to go back shop, turns the flashers on, and boom, all of a sudden, pump wants to come on. I love farming, but on the positive side, I mean, it's working now. On the flip side, though, it'll probably stop working when we're up against the gun with a storm system bearing down and we need to be like spraying right in front of the planter or something. Well, I guess I'll call the service manager back, tell him no, let him know, put everything on hold for right now.